Buenos dias, guys. Today I'll be talking to you how I met the love of my life. It's gonna be 4 years in October when I met him, and we decided to become boyfriend and girlfriend the same month. So we met at my dad's birthday party. He's actually cousins with the wife of my uncle, and they decided to invite him to the party. And yeah, we started talking. He asked me if I was the one that made those yummy pies, and I said yes. And he told me, started flirting, saying if I could make him one, and I was like, okay, this weird guy just telling me randomly to make him a pie. I was like, okay. I was like, yes, but you could just grab them from there. He's like, no, but I want you to make me a pie. And I was like, okay, you could just grab them from there. And then he's like, no, hey, how about you take a shot with me? And I was like, okay, what kind of shot? And he said, un shot de tequila. So we did, and then he started coughing and saying, es que se me fue por el lado equivocado. And then I started laughing, and I was like, hey, ¿sabes qué? Mis amigas me están hablando. And then I told him I'll be right back. Guys, I never came back. And then I felt so bad because I never came back, and I was so tipsy. And then I was like, oh my God, ¿qué voy a hacer? Pobrecito. I told her that que iba a regresar y nunca regresé. So then my aunt tagged us on a post on Facebook, though everybody that was at the party. So I saw him there, and I sent him a message. Hey, I'm so sorry I never came back. Es que mis amigas me hablaron y me sentía mal. I was just tipsy. And then he's like, it's okay, no worries. From there we started talking, and then he came to visit me his lunch hour because I was wearing a dress. It was October, it was really cold. So then he came to visit me, brought me some NyQuil, I remember. And he was like, I hope you feel better. And then he's like, can I come and visit you? And I was like, yeah, you could come whenever you would like. And I wasn't working at the time. I was a full-time student, and we went in our first date the next weekend. He took me to the movies, and I was like, okay, this guy is 9 years older than me. I don't know him. What if he's a freak? So I decided to invite my friends. When we went to the movies, he was the only guy. I feel so bad. And then he was like, hey, how about I invite? He paid for me and my friend's tickets. And I was like, okay, this guy is trying to impress me. I was like, okay, this is cool. But I'm not that kind of girl that likes to be impressed by money or material stuff. So then from there we went bowling, and he also paid for all of us. And I was like, okay, you know what? Stop. Like, I appreciate it. You're so cool. You're so kind. But you don't have to pay for all of us. He's like, I know. I just want to. And then I was like, okay. And then from there, we went home. We talked. And then he asked me to be his girlfriend. I was like, okay, this guy is so weird. After a week, he decided. He asked me out. And I was like, okay. I was like, it's too soon. Give me more time. So then we started talking more and more, and I was like, okay, like this is weird. It's only been like 2 weeks, and I'm like, I like this guy a lot. So he invited me to meet his family, and I was like, oh, I feel so nervous. I'm gonna meet his mom, his sister. What if they don't like me? What if they're the jealous type? So I went over. They're like, ay, mija, muchas gracias por venir. They were so nice, and I liked them. And that day I decided to say yes. I was like, yes, I'll go out with you. Oh my God, guys. He literally screamed like a little kid. He's like, ay, me haces muy feliz. Vas a ver que no te vas a arrepentir. And then we started dating. And my family is old style. My parents are old style. They're like, si vas a salir con él, mija, no quiero que salgan solos, no quiero que vayan a hacer algo que después se vayan a arrepentir, te tienes que llevar a tus hermanitas. And I was like, oh my god, qué vergüenza. So I would take them everywhere with me, and oh my god, guys, it was so embarrassing. And I would go to dinner with his family, and it was so embarrassing. I would take my little sisters, and his family would be like, what the heck? And then, so yes, at the time I was 19, he was 28, and well, I was like, okay, well, if he is this kind of guy, older than me, and he is willing to bring my little sisters with us, then he wants something serious, you know? So I gave him more time. We started dating. We liked each other a lot. And my parents are strict, guys. I had to be out only for an hour or two alone with him. And if I wanted to be longer, I had to take my little sisters. And if we wanted to be alone, it could only be for an hour or two, but it had to be strictly like, where are you going? Who's going to be there? And what are you guys going to do? And I was like, okay, like, this is too much. And then time passed, a year passed, 2 years passed, and then we decided that we wanted to move in together. And for me, I wanted to move in together. For me, there was no marriage, and for me. So then we were looking at apartments. We liked the couple, and we were like, okay, let's talk to my parents. So it was the four of us. It was so awkward. He's like, okay, pues yo quiero hablar con ustedes porque yo y Erika decidimos movernos. Buscamos un apartamento. And they're like, what? How can you just move out like that? Nosotros te involucramos mejores valores. Queremos que te cases. Y es la única manera que te vamos a dejar salir de aquí. And I was like, okay, well, those are not my plans. Like, I want to move out, and then we'll see about marriage. And then my husband is like, no, pues yo no quería hablar de eso, que yo ya tengo la fecha, que me quiero casar con Erika, y tengo todo planeado. Y yo, ¿qué? ¿Tienes todo planeado? Y ni siquiera me has preguntado que si me quiero casar contigo. And I was like, okay, this is so weird. And then the next week passed by, and then he's like, hey, let's go to the to the gardens. And then I was like, okay, let's go to the gardens. And it was so beautiful. And then we were looking at some flowers, and then I turned around and he was asking me if I would marry him, and I was like, yes, I'll marry you. But I wasn't expecting it at all. And it was weird because my sisters weren't with us that moment. I was like, that is so weird how my parents were letting me go out alone with him. And then that's why, because he was gonna propose. We got married the week after, and we went to go live with his family for two weeks, which wasn't bad until the apartment was ready. So the time passed when the apartment was ready, and we moved in together. It was so awesome. And then in this time when we were like working, I was as a medical assistant, and he was as a forklift operator. I was working for a medical assistant for almost 2 years, which I loved. And that's another story, because a lot of crazy things happened that I decided to leave. But yeah, that's our crazy story, how we fell in love and how he went through so much to be with me, because my parents were really strict. They never let me be alone with him. If I wanted to, like I said, it would be only for an hour or two, which, I mean, I don't know, it was just crazy. I wasn't like, oh, let's go to the movies, let's go do this, let's go do that. No, my parents would be like, ¿a dónde van? ¿Y a qué horas van a regresar? ¿Y qué van a hacer? This and that. I was like, oh my god, I'm not a little girl, I'm 19. And studying for school, like I'm not doing anything, and I'm a good girl, like I know what I want in my life. And he's obviously knows what he wants in life because he's 28 years old. He has no kids. He has a good job, and he lives with his mom to help her support. And I was like, okay, okay. I was like, bueno, pues ni modo. Si él me quiere, se va a aguantar. And he did. And I really appreciate that, and I love that about him. That he never gave up on us. He has never given up on us. Thank you for watching me. Please comment, subscribe,